The Sorcerer's Apprentice. In the north of England, in the county of Yorkshire, there once lived a great sorcerer. He spoke all languages and knew all the secrets of the universe. He possessed a massive book with iron clasps and iron corners, bound in black calf leather. When the sorcerer wanted to read, he would unlock it with an iron key. Only he alone understood the contents of this book, where the mysteries of the dark realm of spirits were gathered. The sorcerer had an apprentice, who served his master diligently, but he was strictly forbidden from opening the enormous black book or entering the teacher's secret chambers. One day, while the sorcerer was away, curiosity got the better of the apprentice, and he sneaked into his master's chambers. There he beheld strange flasks and crucibles the sorcerer used when attempting to turn copper into gold and lead into silver. He also found an all-seeing mirror through which the sorcerer could observe everything happening in the world, and a magical seashell. When the sorcerer held it to his ear, he could hear anything he wished. However, the apprentice's attempts with the flasks and crucibles were in vain. He couldn't turn copper into gold or lead into silver. He gazed into the wondrous mirror, but it only showed smoke and clouds. The seashell murmured something faintly, like a distant sea wave crashing against an unknown shore. "I fail because I don't know the incantations written in the book, and it is locked," the apprentice concluded. As he turned around, a miracle happened. The book lay unlocked. Before leaving, the sorcerer had forgotten to remove the key from the lock. The apprentice rushed to the book and opened it. The words within were written in red and black ink. The young man could hardly understand anything, but he traced a line with his finger and read it aloud. Suddenly, darkness engulfed the room. The house trembled. Thunderous roars reverberated through the chambers, and before the apprentice stood a terrifying monstrosity, spewing fire from its eyes like burning torches. It was none other than the obedient demon Beelzebub, summoned inadvertently by the apprentice's incantation. "Command me," thundered the demon in a booming voice. The young man froze, trembling with fear, his hair standing on end. "Command me, or I'll choke you." But the youth couldn't speak. Then the fiery spirit seized him by the throat, breathing its scorching breath, and roared, "Command me!" In desperation, the youth cried out the first thing that came to mind, "Pour water on that flower," and pointed to a geranium in a pot on the floor. The demon vanished instantly, but returned a moment later with a small water barrel, pouring its contents onto the flower. Then it disappeared and reappeared over and over, carrying the barrel and pouring water on the geranium until the room was flooded, reaching up to their ankles. "Enough! Enough!" pleaded the young man. But the devil paid no heed. He kept hauling water without pause. After all, the sorcerer's apprentice didn't know any spells and couldn't banish spirits. The water rose, reaching the lad's knees, and still it kept coming. It reached his waist. Meanwhile, Beelzebub tirelessly hauled full barrels and watered the geraniums. Before long, the water reached the youth's chin, and he scrambled onto a table. Then it surged up to the windows, pounding against the glass, swirling around the apprentice's legs, flooding up to his waist, his chest, his neck. In vain he cried out, but the unruly spirit would not be appeased. He would have kept whole in water, watering the geraniums, and most certainly submerged all of Yorkshire, if thankfully the sorcerer remembered that he had forgotten to lock up his book, and returned just in time. In that very moment, as the water bubbled up the poor apprentice's chin, the sorcerer burst into the chambers, recited an incantation, and sent Beelzebub back to his infernal flames. The Rabbit Reader read for you. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and dream.